Scaling Ari Production. Okay, we were able to watch a screener of a film that's being released March 1st from Arrow. A film called The Stylist.
Right.
Now, Michelle, do you want to read this synopsis for me?
We all dream of being someone else, but for Claire, that dream goes from an obsession to a living nightmare. Hairstylist by day, serial killer, and collector of scalps by night, Claire's lonely existence is thrown into turmoil when her regular client, Olivia, asks her to style her hair for her wedding day. Increasingly fixated on Olivia's seemingly flawless life, Claire vows to lock up her scalp collection and change her ways for good, only to discover that repressing your deadly desires is easier said than done.
Wow.
Hi. Right this way. So, what's the plan?
I wish my hair would do that. But we all want what we don't have.
I guess we all want what we don't have.
Claire, this is amazing. Can't wait to see this with the dress.
Oh, neither can I. So, how's my wedding madness?
Getting married turns you into such a narcissist. I am actually nervous.
It's gonna be great, Olivia.
Tell me about you, Claire.
I do hair. You get to go in and out of people's lives. You hear stories.
The hairstylist. She's creepy. Doesn't Liv actually know her?
You give life advice.
I guess we all want what we don't have.
It's almost like having a family.
Are you okay?
Well, yeah. So, okay. Now our thoughts on this. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I had started watching it, and you were kind of doing other things.
Yeah, I was.
I mean, you were in the room, but
I
you
was in
weren't
the room.
engaged.
I wasn't. I was listening because I was really just kind of looking through books.
Right.
Not like reading through books, looking through. We've got like boxes of books, and we're trying
Like
to.
children's books. And
Yeah,
stuff.
we're trying to whittle those down. So I was just kind of going through, deciding what books to keep and what books not to keep. So I was listening. I may not have always had my eyes on the screen, but I was listening to what was going on.
And I was watching it, intently to review it.
Mm-hmm.
And there became a certain point where I am guessing I am not the target audience for this.
Yeah, it's probably more of a female target
Right,
audience.
it is made... It is written and directed by Jill Gevorgisian,
Okay.
or Gevorgisian. I apologize for getting the name wrong. So this is, a very female-centric horror film,
Right.
which is fine. You know, great. Hey, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So there are things in it that are written, exclusively from a female point of view.
Right.
I think there might be one or two actual male actors in the film.
Right.
So there are things...
And even they weren't in it
Right.
in any kind of consistent...
Right. So as a guy, I'm watching this and I'm going, alright, I don't understand why decisions are being made, why people are feeling or saying things. I don't get it. So it was unfair for me, I felt, to be a lone voice in this review of the film. So,
well, and at that point you had asked me to kind of...
yeah. Can you come in here and really watch this with me?
Right. Be more focused on it, and I did. And to that I have to say, as somebody who has had issues with my own... the word just completely flew out of my head. I with my own self-confidence and my own, I didn't get it.
Not always feeling like you're part of the girls.
Yeah.
Per se.
Yeah. I've always been the one, I was not a makeup and frilly dress girl, so I didn't fit in with that group. I liked heavy metal and rock and stuff, but I still didn't totally fit in with that group.
Right.
There wasn't one group where I was really
one of the gals.
Yeah. So I was always very self-conscious and but yeah, I still couldn't relate to this female lead. It's not that the actress did a poor job.
No.
I just couldn't find a way to relate to her. I couldn't figure out what was making her feel the way she was feeling.
Right.
Because there didn't seem to be anything about her that would say, this is why I am the way I... You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She was a very pretty girl.
Right. Arguably the prettiest girl in the movie.
Right. Okay. I'll take that from, the male perspective. But, yeah, I couldn't... They never went into why she did this.
Right.
If they maybe tried to go into that and explain it. I mean, like, even in what I just read.
Right.
Hairstylist by day, serial killer by night.
Right. They hint at mother issues. But very... shallow.
Yeah. Basically, her mom was an alcoholic and had,
right.
Didn't come home every night.
And had a lot of boyfriends. And her dad was not in the picture.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I mean, without trying to be, there's a lot of children who have alcoholic parents that don't become serial killers.
Right.
So I don't see how that connected.
Right. There really wasn't a backstory or a motivation. And yes, we can get into, that was the whole thing, the whole Michael Myers thing is, did you really need that much of a backstory that Rob Zombie did? No. But
you needed something.
But when you are doing, this film is more character study than slasher film.
Right.
This wasn't designed to be a slasher film.
Right.
This was a horror adjacent movie. But that was dealing with someone with a psychosis.
Maybe that's why I couldn't relate, because I'm not psychotic.
But But what was that trigger? Why are you trying to be these other people? Why are you cutting their scalps and collecting them? Like even Bill Lustig's Maniac, which I think this borrows quite a bit from. Went into it a little bit more than this movie did.
Yeah, there was just no way for me to connect.
Right. Why did I care about her?
Right.
Why
Why should I care about the struggle that she's going through to either be a serial killer or not be one?
Right. And she is the essential character. There's not one scene in the movie that she is not carrying.
Right.
She's carrying the entire film, yet at the end, I spent 90 minutes with you, but I really don't care.
Mm-hmm. And the without spoiling, I won't spoil. You can predict the end before it comes.
Right. Yeah.
You
yeah.
know
It was
exactly,
kind of broadcast. Right.
You know exactly what's going to happen, and it makes the payoff. You know, since you're not relating with this person, that there's no.
It checked off the box. Oh, there it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, visually, it was a beautiful movie.
Yes, and you know, I'm
Yeah.
all about the visuals.
Right. I mean, the direction was very well done. It was shot beautifully, nice colors. They did this great split screen thing a lot, where two characters are kind of, and that is part of the, I guess, you know, each doing their version of the same life. I guess, since she wants to be that other person. Yeah. So that was,
I mean, that alone,
really good.
I will say that alone is worth a watch.
Yeah.
It just to see the visual aspect of it and see what they brought to life that way. It is worth the watch. If you're looking to get into an absolutely great story, that's going to make you think,
Right.
not so much.
Yeah, not going to be there. I mean, there were people that she killed, and it's like, okay, well, why'd you do that? I mean, there's no. So yeah. As far as the gore, it was good. Didn't look cheap. It was.
Yeah, no.
I mean, the effects were very good.
Yeah, looked very realistic.
It was a quality film. It was a very good quality film, but lacking narrative, lacking story. So, but I would recommend watching it. I wouldn't recommend necessarily buying it. I would watch the features. I would probably watch it again with a commentary.
I'm hoping the commentary
it would be one of those
features may
put
give us
clarity
that.
on it. Yeah. So, yeah, that is
because sometimes I think when they're so wrapped up and so involved, and they know, the writers and directors and even the actors, when they know,
right,
it gets a little bit lost, and they don't always. They take it for granted, I guess.
Right.
There's there are those times where they take it for granted that everybody's going to understand what they know.
Right. And
we don't.
Right. And we've mentioned before, with me, there have been films that I have loathed, and watching them with commentary shed new light on it and gave me, at very least, an appreciation for them.
Right.
So, maybe this is that. I don't know.
Right.
But I would recommend it, at least viewing it.
Right.
This is being put out by Arrow March 1st. And
Which is tomorrow.
Yeah. The Stylist. Check it out. Going Ollie Production.